When Jesus arrived, he found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. Now Bethany was near Jerusalem, some 2 miles away, and many of the Jews had come to Martha and Mary to console them about their brother. When Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went and met him, while Mary stayed at home. Martha said to Jesus, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that God will give you whatever you ask of him." Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise again." Martha said to him, "I know that he will rise again in the resurrection on the last day." Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Those who believe in me, even though they die, will live. And everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this?" She said to him, "Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, the one coming into the world." Well, timing is everything here. If Jesus had arrived a few days earlier, Lazarus would still have been alive. And in this reading, Martha seems to gently rebuke Jesus by saying, "Lord, if only you had been here a bit earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation." And you can sense the frustration, the grief, the anger in her voice and in her response to him. If it's not outright anger, then at least it is passive aggression. But we know ourselves that we can't live our life under the shadow of "if only." We know that that is a recipe for disaster, or at least for deep frustration. "If only" is a phrase that we sometimes use when we think that we should have taken one path rather than another. "If only" are 2 little words that can have such a huge impact on us. If only I hadn't said this to her or to him. If only I had tried harder. If only I had made that extra effort. If only this. If only that. A similar phrase to that is, "I should have done that. I should have." I say it myself so often, and I know just how unhelpful and how unconstructive that can be. I should have done this. Why didn't I do it? It can be as simple as, "I should have put the garden bin out, and now I forgot, and there's not enough space now in the bin to put all the extra lawn cuttings in." Or, "I should have put the washing out, but it's still in the washing machine, and I'm going to be in such deep trouble now." Should have, could have, would have. That's the title of a book as well. And if only. They're all words and phrases that perhaps should be banned. We know that the gift of hindsight is a wonderful thing, but it is impossible to gaze into the future and to predict precisely what may or may not happen as a consequence of our actions. Jesus responded to Martha's "if only" with positivity, encouragement, and hope. You say, "if only." Jesus responds, I say, "Your brother will rise again." But that's not all. I am the resurrection and the life. And those words from the lips of Jesus unblocked the fear and the frustration. It unblocked, unlocked, and opened up Martha's heart for her to say, "Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, the one coming into the world." What a response! What an amazing confession of faith. John doesn't describe exactly how she is feeling, but we can imagine it. It must have been pure joy. God can take our if onlys and turn them into hope. Because God never says, if only. God never says to us, you should have. God says, it's okay. God says, I love you. And maybe knowing, even partially, even dimly, that God loves us, that gives us the courage to move on from if only to trust and faith and hope. You say, if only. God says, I love you. And God says, I can take all the stuff, the experience, the circumstances, the situations you are in. I can take all your if onlys. I accept it. I accept you as you are. And I offer you resurrection and hope.
Take